Right. First of all, um, in the previous class, we were doing repetitions. That was the main lesson that we did, right? About the recap. So we did about loops. Okay. Loops means again and again and again doing a same task or executing a set of instructions again and again based on a condition. There are basically three types of repetitions. One is while loop. The other one is do while loop and for loop. These are the three types of loops that we discussed last class and we practiced them. And I have posted some questions in the Edmodo and I asked you to do that part as well, right? Some of you would have done that one as well. And some students wanted to show the answer as well. I saw people have done that. Okay, so this is what we did last class. So it's not directly needed today. We're going to start doing methods today. So this is just a recap of last class, right? Okay. Now, when it comes to how to create methods, right? How to create methods and why do we need methods? So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to create a sample program and I'm going to explain it to you that matters, right? After I finish explaining everything, I'll give you maybe 5 minutes time. You can practice. Now, while I'm speaking and while I'm working with you, please don't do any other work. Just concentrate on the subject, right? Okay. Now, in order to do this work, only thing that we need is we need a project to work, right? So I'll quickly set up one project. Um, File menu, new project, Java application. Next, HND 58 underscore group B. Right, there's a sample program also got created. So I'll close my previous programs. Right, I'm creating a new file, new, right clicking on the default package. Right clicking on the default package, selecting Java file, and I'm going to call this one as um, day 7. It is menu demo. Day 7 menu demo is the name of the program, as you can see here. So I will I hope my font size is enough. I think my font size is enough. So if you can see that, that will be great. Right. After I finish working, I will be sharing the files with you. I can share it through the chat window, or I can share it through the Edmodo platform, right? Okay. Let's create the main method there, right? And you can see if you take a Java program, also called a class, programs have a starting point like this, and it has a finishing point like this, right? Start point and finishing point. In between this opening curly brace and in between this closing curly brace, we will be writing instructions, because a computer program is a set of instructions. Now what you see here is Java instructions. So when you are creating this one, inside this opening curly brace and closing curly brace, we're going to create our instructions. So this is our main method. We can create other things inside this class or this program, like other methods also we can create inside here. So it's very easy to do that one. So only thing that we need to realize is when you say a method, now you can see the main is a method. Main is a method. Just like the main method, I can have my own method created somewhere down here. Now main method is doing a particular work. Main method is the place where the program starts to run, and at that place it will start the execution. Now, what is the problem here? What will happen next is when you have instructions written here. Now, for example, if you say, I'll type hello, then I'll write another instruction, hi, then I'll type have a nice day. Okay, now we have three instructions written inside the main method. Three instructions written inside the main method. Once you have finished executing this, after this, main method, this is the main method, has finished all the instructions given to the main method. All the instructions written inside the main method, when it finishes, your program automatically finishes. That means you have finished executing the program. If I run something, Shift F6, you will see you can see my run menu here. Output comes like this, right? Output comes like this. Children, do you hear any background sound? Any background sounds? Can you hear?
No, sir.
Okay. If you don't have any disturbing sounds, then fine. Okay. Right. So you can see there are three instructions that has gone and it has been finished. So main method finishes, program finishes. Nice. Now what we're going to do next is, now just like you have written, methods here. Arshad, keep your mic muted. Who is Zumri? Zumri is our class, right? Okay, okay. Anyways. Right. Just like this main method written here, I can create my own method also here. Right. So when I'm creating my method, watch this, how I'm going to do that. Public, same as the public static void main, public void. I did not put static there, public void. Let's say greet the, or else we'll say greet the class. As you can see, since methods means verbs that you can do. For example, here I have my spectacle case. So I can do certain things like I can open the case, close the case. So mainly these two things I can do, open it and close it, right? These are verbs, open, close, right? So just like that, things that you do have to be given a verb, right? Now, let's say if you're going to give a name, like, for example, if you try to give a word like when a case, uh, hood, lid, cloth, if you give words like that, then that's not going to mean what it's going to do, right? So you have to use verbs. That is why you use greet the class. So inside this one, so public void greet the class. There we have public static void. Name of the method here is main. Here our name of the method is greet the class. And we don't have static now, and we don't have these two parameters inside the opening closing parenthesis. Shortly we're going to learn that part also, how we're going to do it and why we're going to do that. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to write a statement here, right? Let's say, hello, students. Nice to see you, right? So we'll just type a message like this. Hello, students. Nice to see you, right? So we'll put like this. Now, you can see a program is a set of instructions. You can see here, program finishes here. This is end of main method. This is end of grade the class. Okay, so these are just comments I added for your reference. It's pretty easy for you to see. So what is happening here is, this is a method. This is another method. One more thing you have to understand, grade the class. If it is a method, it is going to have a set of instructions. It's going to have some instructions. So that instruction has to come inside the opening, closing curly braces of that particular method. That's how you should code this. So you can write one or more instructions according to the type of task that method supposed to do. Now we have written just a system.out.println. That's all. That's the story of it. Now main method and the greet the class method. Both methods are belonging to the same. Both are belonging to the same. What do you call? Both are belonging to the same program. So a program is a set of instructions. So when I run the program, in the output, you will see hello, hi, have a nice day. These three messages you're going to see in the screen, and you will not see greet the class. Shift F6. As you can see, hello, hi, have a nice day. These things are printed, not everything, right? I'm hoping that my line is clear because it's raining here. Okay, right, fine. Right. Now, students, you should understand why this method was not called, why this method was not used, right? The reason for that is if this method needs to take place, if the instruction that you have written here should run means, if it should work means, you need to call that one. You need to call this one, then only it's going to execute that work. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this one. So in the main method, I can delete these statements. Now you can see my main method has no instructions. If I run my program, Shift and F6, you can see there is no output in it. There is no output in it, right? So what is going to do, what we're going to do next is we're going to call this one. Now, I don't have the phone with me now here. If I have a phone with me, what I would do is, one second. Hope you can see this. Hope you can see this. Now, this is a photo that I took some time back. Uh, if you take this remote controller, the remote controller has a lot of buttons here, right? The remote controller has a lot of buttons here. Now, let's say the remote controller is just there on the table or the teapot. What you do is, now let's say you want to change the channel, then what you do is you press the channel number, or you press up and down arrow marks, then you increase the channel or decrease the channel. Let's say you want to increase the volume or decrease the volume, you press the relevant button. That is how you can do it, right? That's how you can do it. Because if you trigger that method or if you call that thing only, it's going to happen. So this remote controller is built with, it, it is built with, it is built with a lot of methods, but we need to call them, then only we can make use of them, right? So that's just wanted to show you that thing, right? Next, what we're going to do is, right? So in order to call this method, in order to call that method, we have two methods of doing it. There are two methods of doing it. In order to call this method, the correct way to do it, we have to create an object of this. Now, when we want to use the scanner class, we create a scan object, then we use it. Just like that method, we have to use it. There is another way to do that also. I will teach you that one next, right? So let's create a program here. I'm going to create day 7 because the name of the program is day 7 menu demo. We'll call this one as um, PR of my program. Okay, it is assign mark new day 7 menu demo, just like your scanner. You type scanner, scan is assigned the value new scanner. Likewise, I have created my own code. Now I will type pro dot, see all the things are coming. Along with that, greet the class method is also available. I can call this method. So after creating the object, you can call the methods. Just like we create the scanner class object, scan object, then we call next int, next float, next line. We can do like that. So that code, we can do it like that. Okay, so I'm going to run the code and show you Shift F6. Now you will see now output is coming. Hello students, nice to see you. It is coming. So that method can, sorry, this object is capable of calling the method what you have written. This is happening. Understand? So this is one way of doing it, right? So for our assignment, we don't need to do like this, right? But anyway, object-oriented programming, I will teach you how to create objects and how to work with them, right? So we will do it like that. Right. Let's continue that and see. So you can see I am going to type the name of this method here because this method is written inside the menu demo class, menu demo program. So I can simply give
Hello Zulfikar, கேக்குதா?
Altaf. Altaf.
சொல்லு.
இந்த கிளாஸ்க்கு ஜாயின் ஆகிக்கிறேன்.
படிக்கணும்னு இல்ல, அவனுக்கு என்ன?
அடே எலிபி பார்க்குறேன்டா 9:50.
சரி.
பெட்லி அப்படி ஜாயின் ஐயாஷ் வந்தீரான் பெரிய விஷயம்.
ஐயாஷ், ஹலோ ஐயாஷ்.
லைக் குரூப் ஏ கிளாஸ் இல்லையா, வேற மற்ற கிளாஸ் இதை மட்டும்
ஐயாஷ் என்ன ஐயாஷ் தூக்கம் வாங்கிண்டா போட்டு வச்சுட்டு.
ஐயாஷ் வச்சுட்டு தூங்குவான்.
இல்லடா
அது யாருக்காவது அனோனிமஸ் மாதிரி பேசுறான். இங்க கரண்ட் போயிட்டுடா, வானல்ல எல்லாத்தையும் சார் போயிட்டு பாரு.
ఓహో!
వాళ్ళు
అయితే
కనపడదా
నా నచ్చింది. ఇది స్టక్ చాలా ఆతిక్ ద హోస్ట్ ఆతిక్ పాటను కూడా
அத்திக் தானே அது
ஹலோ ரெக்கார்டிங் ongoing டா ஆஃப் பண்ணிருடா உன்னோட போனுக்கு சேவ் ஆகும் ரெக்கார்டிங்
Okay, in this part, sorry about the power cut. So we're going to continue from there. We're going to call this method and see how it's going to happen, right? So we have created this method inside the same program. Now I'm going to call that method and I'm going to show you. I'm going to call the method. So in order to understand that, we will say, we'll put a comment so we know that we are calling it. So when you want to call that, you have to simply give the name of the method. So what is the name of the method? Greet the class, because that method is inside the same program. We don't have to write anything else. Just we have to give the name of the method. Now see, when I say greet the class, it will give you an error message. Okay. Not that I made any spelling mistakes, right? So if I copy this and paste here, you will see there is no spelling mistakes, but there is an error message coming. So we will see why it is coming and I'll explain you why it is happening. Actually, you can see this keyword is missing in this particular method. Static keyword is missing in the normal method. If someone asks, should you create all the methods static? Answer is no. Should you create all the methods non-static? Most of them are non-static methods, and there are quite a few methods that you have to create them static, right? It depends on the situation. We have not studied yet why we use static. So I will explain you a very little bit of this. Now, when you use the keyword static, it's a different type of a method. We call them as a class method, which means without creating objects. Like earlier I did 2 lines of code. I created an object from day 7 menu demo, PRO equals new day 7 menu demo. Then I called PRO dot greet the class. Without doing so, you can directly call the methods. If the method is a static one, see, I'm going to add the keyword static to the second method. And you can see the error message is disappearing. Error message has disappeared. Why and how that is possible? Because both methods are now, they are what do you call, they are they are static methods, right? Okay, so the rule is a static method cannot call or reference a non-static method. It cannot call or reference a non-static method or a variable, right? For variables also the same. Now see, outside this method, I'm going to create a variable. Let's call int age is assigned the value 20. So this is a variable. This is actually called an instance variable. Instance is another example for object. The idea is, you can see that is appearing in green color. And inside the method, if you want to create a variable, int let's say price is equals to 90. Now you can see price is also a variable. This is a local variable. Right? That is a local variable. We are not going into this much deep in this semester, right? So just I'm telling you, these are things which is available. One is displayed in green color and the other one is displayed in black color. This is instance variable and this is a local variable. So when you say an instance variable, a variable which is declared outside all the methods. Now say this is main method, this is greet the class method. Those are the only 2 methods that we have. This is the place where the program is finishing. So inside the program or inside your Java class, but outside all the methods, if you declare variable, when you declare variable, that variable becomes an instance variable that becomes common to all the methods, common to the entire program. From any program or in any method, if you like display, inside this one I did not display that, right? And here also I can display that. There's no problem, you can display that. Now the error message is coming again. The reason for that is, now the method which is referencing this variable or trying to access that variable is a static method. Down here, it is a static method. So that is why the error is there. Non-static context cannot be referenced from a static method. See, non-static variable age cannot be referenced from a static context. That's the rule. That's the syntax. So in order to overcome this error, you have to make this variable a static variable. So when I make that variable static, error message is gone, right? So just for your reference, I just told you. Next lesson, we're going to do that. Okay, right. So what I wanted to tell you, I already told you, right? So nice. Delete this. Okay, now when you call this one, Shift F6, it's going to work. See that output will come. I think it is executing. So give it a second, it will come. Right? You can see, hello students, nice to see you. It's coming. Okay, it is coming. Now that's all the program, right? That's a very simple program that we create. So in this, what you learned is how to create a method, how to call it from main method. That's the simple lesson we have learned. How to create a method and how to call it. I'll repeat some more information about the method. A method will have some instructions written to that, and it can be called, and it will perform the instructions that you have written it to it. And you can call the method again and again and again and again as per your requirement. So you don't have to code it again and again. So suppose, for example, if you are design a method to add some numbers together and show the total, you don't have to separately write coding again and again and again to do that, right? Okay. In the upcoming class, upcoming lesson, I'm going to show you. I'll give you about 5 minutes time. You can practice these two. Now you have already created this one. Day 7 menu demo. Try this one in your program and raise your hand once finished. I will be pausing the recording. Okay, students, since we practiced this, right, let's create another method, right? So that method is going to be a little bit different from this method, and it will have more capabilities of doing work.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes,
I
Buddha.
can't hear your voice.
Hello, can you hear others? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Anyone
Yes,
can?
sir.
Yeah, Hishan is confirming that he can hear well. I think your audio, you have to check, Buddha. Maybe you have muted something or you have reduced the volume. Who was saying you can't hear? I can't hear.
Ayash.
Ayash, na பேசுறது கேக்குதா உங்களுக்கு? Hello. Others can hear, I think. Hishan, you speak whether he can. You tell Ayash that you can hear me.
ஐஎஸ் சார் கேக்குறாரு கேக்குதாண்டு ஹலோ
Hello. Hishan, I can hear Buddha, but Ayash has to confirm. Let me put a chat window.
Sir, tell Ayash to just leave the meeting and rejoin.
Why? Then it will be okay. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Some
probably it will be
audio
fine.
problem near there. Okay. Okay, let him come back, right? So we'll wait 2 minutes. Everybody counts for me. Right, let him come back quickly. Hope others don't have any issues, right? Yeah. Salma is here. Shahra is there. There should be one more girl, ne? Lakshika should be here today. Shahra, can you come?
Salha should be here, right?
Salha. Okay. Those three are together, right? Ahmad, Ayash, you are okay, right? Ayash, can you hear me, Puta? Ayash, I can see you, your microphone. Hello, Ayash? We'll
Yes,
pause
sir.
the-
Yes, sir.
Okay, he's can. Okay. Right, welcome aboard again. Right, let's continue. Right, so we got two methods now, main method and the class method. I'm going to create one more method, which is going to be, I'll put it over here. It is closer to the main method, so it's easy for you to see. This method I'm going to create will be able to take a parameter and it can do the work. Now we have written plenty of pseudocodes, write a program to input first number, second number, find and display the total. Like that's possible. Hishan Putha, are you raising your hand? Do you have a question, Putha? Hishan? Okay.
No, sir.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. It's all right. So I'm going to write a method public. I can write without static, but in order to overcome the error, I'm typing that public static void. Let's say add two numbers. Let's say add two numbers. Then inside this, I should write the logic, or I should write to do the work, right? So here, when I want to add two numbers, I need to give the numbers to the method so that it can perform the task, right? Now watch this. This is what I want to do. You might suggest, okay, you can use the scanner class and you can take it. No, I want to have two random numbers generated. Let's say int n1 and n2 I have here. So these two n1 and n2, I need to give it to this add numbers method, and I want to add them together and display the total. Now that means I don't want to do a scanner class. I don't want here. I don't want a scanner class. That means use a keyboard input. I'm not going to take. Rather, the program is generating two numbers, and those two generated numbers have to be given to this add two numbers, and the work need to be done. So let's see how we can do that. So that's the requirement. I will finish this code in a while. We will work on the method first, right? So to do that, children, here I will, inside the opening closing parenthesis, you can see the main method has something like string args. That means it takes in a parameter. It can take a parameter. Parameter means incoming values, inputs, right? I can type a value here like int n1, int n2, right? Then here I can type int total, or tot is assigned the value, n1 is added with n2. You have written these things in pseudocodes. Then you can say s out total is, and you can add the total. Okay. Now, if I ask you, right? Let's say Atif. Atif, tell me what is the value of number one here? Thank you. How much is this? How much is this? N1, how much? Altaf, what is the value of N1?
No value, sir.
No value. Altaf, you came last class also.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're just joining today. You don't have another session today.
No, sir.
Right. Okay, no problem. Okay. So N1 has no value, he says. Rifki, N1, what is the value? Rifki?
Yes, sir, it's another value.
Huh? It's a
No value, sir.
N1 the value in Hishan, what is the value for the N1? Hishan?
No value,
No value. Why is that?
because it isn't assigned a value.
Yeah, that is also sort of correct, right? That's what you're trying to tell is correct. Here, N1 still not given a value. N1 is not given a value because we are defining this method to accept two numbers. We are creating that method in such a way it can take two values in. That's all. So we don't know what is N1 and N2 unless we use the method. By the time we are calling the method, we will give two numbers. Then N1 and N2 will be meaningful and they will have values, right? So we're going to do, when I shift F6, you will see no output there. Only the greet the class method is working. So if you want to call this method, you will say add two numbers, and you have to give two numbers. Let's say 50, 50 or 50, 150. Now, if you just run the program, shift F6, now it will display, right? Total is 200. It can accept parameters and it can do the work. All right. So add two numbers. That is working fine. Now, if you had a problem like earlier, A is having 90 and B is having 120, and you want to find the total again, right? So you can type A, B, and it will find the total for you. Very simple. And you don't have to do this calculation or this. If you have doing a very serious type of a calculation, this is anyway, it's a very simple one. You don't have to code it again and again and again. You don't have to code this one again and again, but here it is done. I mean, you just call the method, that's all. Any number of times you can call it with the relevant parameters, job will be done for you. I'm going to execute the code, Shift F6, and you see, and it has found the output properly, right? Okay, so we will keep the program very simple. I'll give you about another 2 to 3 minutes time. You do this one first. This code you do to the same program, and you can code these 4 lines. These 4 lines are testing that part. Okay. First do this, then do the part which is inside the main method. Okay. Count starts now. I will be pausing the video. Right. You guys practice, I'll explain. Okay. So doesn't matter. So we have in this program, we have designed a method which is capable of accepting 3 numbers that you can very obviously you can see. And the difference that you see among other methods is this is not declared as void. Instead, it is declared as float, which means this method can do a job. This method can do a job and it can return a value. The type of value it returns is floating point type. That is why we have defined it as float. Other than that, other parts are same. And as a convention in programming, we use the word get in front of the method name to indicate that that method is capable of returning a value. That's been said. Once you go inside the code, first we are declaring a variable called tot, and we are adding n1, n2, n3 all together, finding the total. Next line, we are finding the average by dividing the total by 3 because we have 3 entries here. Once we obtain the average, actually by dividing by 3, last line is very important, line number 20, we return that value. Return that value means, now when we call this method, as you can see, line number 11, I'm calling the method. When you want to call the method, little while ago, we'll study that we have to use the name of the method, which is get average. This is the name of the method, right? So it will call the method. And of course, we supply the values, these 3 values. So using these 3 values and the method, computer will jump from line number 11 to line number 17. From line number 11 to line number 17. Once it comes from there to here, N1, N2, N3, these are called formal parameters. That is why they don't represent any values, direct values. By now, when you call them, N1 represents 45, N2 represents 45, N2 represents 90. So what happens next is inside the code, it will work 45, 45, 90. Answer will be 180. So 180 divided by 3, 60 will be obtained. 60 is what is going to get returned because it is returning. Now, once it reaches the end of the method, line number 21, we have to get back to the place where we came from or where we came to this. So it was line number 11. So you can see my cursor is here. So we go back there and assign the value because now we have finished it. We assign the value to the variable which is given on this particular side. And the variable f, floating point variable f, will get a value, actually the average of these 3 numbers. And line number 12, we are displaying that f, or you can further use this variable f for further calculations. So that is what I want to mention about how to write a method which will return a value and how to make it function, right? Okay, good. Right, hope you understand that, right? Fine, I'll post the recording, then you finish the work. Someone please remind me if I have the recording is post, okay? Okay, students, let's create the next program. Let us call that one as day 7 menu demo 2, right? So you can create that one with me. Let me close all the other programs, don't need them. Right, so I will create a new program. Inside the default package, create new Java class. Menu demo 2, right? Finish it. Right, that's done. I'm pretty sure you're not listening to any outside sound. All my pigeons are sounding. I think it's not disturbing you, right? Okay. Right. This one you're going to observe very carefully now, right? I'll put all of your hands down. Right. Let me take a notepad and I'll explain you what I meant. Right. So we're going to build a menu-driven program. We're going to build a menu-driven program, which means it will have something like this. Let's call this one as the main menu will come for you, right? The main menu, right? You can put whatever you like, right? So I'm going to call this one as the main menu, right? Main menu, not the main method, main menu I'm going to create. So this will have option 1, option 2, option 2, option 3, option 4. To build it easy, I'm going to have just 4 options. In your real assignment, according to the tasks, you will have to put several numbers, maybe 7, maybe 8. It depends. So we are covering a part which is necessary for the assignment. If you can do this part alone today means you can do around 40 to 50% of your assignment alone, right? Okay, first option, what we did earlier, we will make use of the same thing, right? So I'm going to say, first one says add 2 numbers. First option is add 2 numbers. Second option says find area of a circle, right? Third one, you can put something like liters to milliliters, or let's put miles to kilometers. Miles to kilometers. Last one, let's say exit. You can give anything that you like. Okay, I just gave some stuff here, all mostly related to maths, easy maths. Okay, some divisions, multiplications type of things. Down here, it will show enter choice, and the cursor will wait like this. It will wait like this. Then what you do is, for example, you type number 1 and you press the enter key. Then it will say, okay, it will say, like, for example, like this, add 2 numbers, heading is displayed. It says enter number 1 and it waits for you to enter the first number. Then you type 10 and press the enter key, right? And it displays enter number 2. Now you type 50. And when you press the enter key, it says total is 60, and it should display the main menu again, like this. So it is displaying the main menu and it is waiting for you to enter the choice. This time you enter number 2. You press the enter key and you know the drill, what's going to happen. So we're going to find the area of a circle, right? Find area of a circle and it says enter radius. And you enter something like 2.6 and it will say area of a circle, or area of the circle is, and the number will come. So you have to divide that. We put the formula and take the number. So just we type a number like that. And again, the main menu will be displayed. Okay, this is how the program should function. Okay, this is how the program should function. I'm going to post the recording. Right, we will see how to do that part. First of all, step 1, we will create our main method, PSVM, right? PSVM. Right. So I'm not going to code anything here first. I'm going to code the main menu first, right? Ninga code pantanero அப்படியே செய்யுங்க all of the which means do the code in this part first, அதுக்கப்புறம் main methodல உள்ளதை செய்யுங்க, right? என்ன செய்றோம்? Public static void show main menu. As I told you, main menu is a noun, show main menu is a verb. For methods, we use verbs, right? So that is why I used show main menu. Then what we do next is we can type here, or we can put the value here like this. This is very simple. How do you build? Right. So let's put that show main menu. So First option 1 it says add 2 numbers. Second one, number 2, find area of a circle. Number 3, convert miles to kilometers. Yes, out. 4, exit. How to stop the program. Then we should display system.out_print, not println. Enter choice. You're going to enter a value there. Right. Now, what we will do is we have coded up to this point. So we will execute this program and see what's going to happen. Shift F6. So there will be no output because I did not call the method. I did not call the method. So I'm going to call the show main menu. Show main menu. I'm calling from the main method. Show main menu is a method. Main is another method. So main method is the one which will run at the beginning. We are calling show main menu from main method. So when I run this one, you will see only the menu is displayed in the screen. The user, as I am the user, I can't type a value in here because the program has finished. So the user input need to be taken. So now when you want to take the user input, when you want to take a user input, you have to use the scanner class scan object. So you have 2 options. Each time inside every method, we're going to have add 2 numbers, find area of a circle, convert miles to kilometers. We're going to have 3 separate methods, including the show menu, 4 methods. So 4 times we can create scan objects and we can get the job done, or we can create it once and get the job done. Creating it once and getting the job done is much convenient from the point of view of efficiency. So I'm going to do it in such a way, right? So I need to get an input here. So I will say int choice is assigned the value. I need to get the keyboard input, right? To do that, I will go up in the program. I will go up in the program and I'm going to code here static scan. See, scan is assigned the value new scan system.in, and the error message will come now because scanner class is not imported. So Control Shift I will bring up this dialog and you can press OK button and the code is added here, right? Scanner class added now. Now there is not there, right? So we have declared this outside the main method inside the program. At the start of the class, I explained you to save some space only. I'm leaving these spaces like this, right? Okay, scan object is available now. Now let's scroll it down. I hope you don't have to code this. I can share the code with you. You can practice, okay? Later you can practice alone. What we're going to do is now we're going to say int choice is assigned the value scan dot next int. So now we're going to take the input. Now if I run the program now, it is awaiting for me to enter a choice. So if I type number 1 and if I press the enter key, then what will happen is it's going to stop the program, because beyond that we are not doing anything. So what we will do is this choice value that we take in, we have to process that. So you can remember we did a program called finding the seasons, correct seasons, using this one. Okay. So I'm going to use the same logic here. So I will type switch. This time not season, this time it is choice. So user can type 1, 2, 3, 4 or any other number. So we need to respond to that 1, 2, 3, 4, any other number, right? With that intention only, I taught you that day, right? Some people have left. I think they might be having power failure. Anyways, I'm recording this. I will share the recording with you. Pass the message to your friends as well. Recording will be shared. Right. Case 1. That means if the menu option, the user entered the value as 1, we're going to do, we can say, we can call the method add numbers or add 2 numbers. We're just going to call that method. Here we're going to get the keyboard input and do. Previously we practiced that way. Now we are practicing this way, and we can put the break command here. Right. So we have to code this, then only we can have it working. So here you can see this is the end of show main menu method. This is end of switch statement. This is that's the end of the program, right? Okay, nice. Next, we're going to do is we have to code this add two numbers method, right? So public static void add two numbers, and you can have it coded like this, right? Inside this, you can put a label like this. Then you can see enter first number. So you have to take int n1 is assign the value like that. You can take, or you can say int n1 into comma dot. Here you can code n1 is assign the value scan dot next int. Before that, we can put another no need. We can put this one here. So after this label, int. Sorry about, I got a little bit confused. Right. First, it says the label enter first number, make it print, not println. We get the first number. Then we put another label and we'll say enter second number. There we can say n2 is assigned the value scan dot next like this. Next int, sorry. Now we got n1 and n2 values. Now we can find the total n1 plus n2, and we can display the total. Right. Now we will try this one. Run the program and see what is happening. Shift F6. You can see the main menu is displayed, and it is waiting for your option to be entered. If I enter any option like 2, 3, 4, it's not going to work because we have not programmed it yet. I'm going to enter the value 1. And if I press the enter key, you can see it says it goes to that option at two numbers, and it is requesting you to enter the first number. So we will type the first number as 100 and press the enter key. And it is saying enter second number. So second number will type 300, and we'll press the enter key once again. It says total 400 and the program finished. Okay, program finished. But according to how we want is, after you press the enter 1, it should display this option. You should give the numbers, total should be displayed. Then the main menu should be appearing once more, so that you can enter the second, third, fourth options. So that we had to program. So how we do that is, after doing this task, you can call the show main menu here. Show main menu. This is a bad type of programming. There is a reason for that, because when you create a method, it says add two numbers. If that method is designed to do adding two numbers, let it be. Let it do only adding two numbers. Don't let it do any other work. Okay. So don't do any other work. Let it do only adding two numbers. So adding two numbers and calling the show main menu is two different things. Don't let it do that. Instead, you can from line number 21 only, we will be jumping to line number 26. That means we are calling from line number 21, the method at two numbers, which is line number 26. What we can do here is, after the line 21, in the line number 22, I can put show main menu. You should understand, we are inside the show main menu itself, but I'm calling the same method. This is called recursion, same method being called. Anyways, This will solve the problem, right? So if I run the program, I can get it done again and again now. See, as long as I enter one. If I enter one, I can put two numbers, right? So let's say if I finish this, it will go back to the show main menu. See, again, the main menu is displayed. So this time I'm typing 30. Oh, second time I did not type, right? So if I type a proper value, 10 and 15, 10 and 25, answers displayed as 35. Second time entering 1. This time I'm entering 50 and 50. Answer displays as 100 and main menu again has come. If I want to add another number, minus 90, positive 90, answer will be 0. If I enter anything else, it simply stops because we have not coded that again. So what we do is we can come here. This one, any method that you call, let it be for the time being like that. Okay, let's code the next one. Case 2, if you press number 2, we have to say, second one is find area of a circle, right? So find area circle, right? So we're going to call that method find area circle, and you have to put a break, and see, you have to again call the show main menu. You need to do this. So this is not very good program because you are calling the same method again and again, right? So this time, let me code it like this, right? So let's code like public static void find area circle, and this time you need to take the input. In order to find the area of a circle, you need the radius, r into Sulom, area. So that part you have to input, right? So first of all, we'll display a label. So we'll say find area of a circle. Then we can say s out. Before that, we can say float radius or r, comma, area. These two things we can have. So we can say enter radius. Then you can say radius. Radius is equals to, we have to take the scan object and we can take next float. Take next float. Right. Now what you do is you can say area is equals to what we need to do. We have to put the pi value, which is 22 divided by 7f. Otherwise, 22 divided by just 7 will result in only value 3. 3.1436, like a number will come, multiplied by radius, multiplied by radius. So 5r squared is the 5r square is the formula, so that we are representing. This is the pi value, and this is the radius getting multiplied 2 times. So this is the formula. You can find the answer, and we'll display the answer. S out area of the circle is area. One more student left. Okay, right. Then what we do is next, still the time is 10:45. Right, okay. So what do we do next is we can test this. Okay, now let's try this and see what's going to happen. Now we are calling 1 and 2 properly. Let's run that. So this time it is asking you to enter the choice. Earlier also we entered number 1. This time we will enter number 2. So it is asking find the area of a circle. It is asking for you to enter radius. So we'll type 3.5. When you press enter key, it finds the area of the circle. 38.5 is the area of the circle. And again, it is showing the main menu. So this time I want to add 2 numbers. Let's click this one and press the enter key. First number it's asking. So we'll type 500. Then it is asking second number 250. It displays the total and goes back to the main menu. This time again, we're going to find an area of another circle. Let's say 7.5 598, and it correctly finds the area. So that's how it works. Okay, that's how it works. Right. Now the last one also I'll code kilometers to that one. I'm not going to code. So I'll leave it for you to code. You have to finish the code. Number 3. We'll say convert miles to kilometers. This method you have to do show main menu, and you have to put the break statement, right? Last cable is I'll put 4, and yes, out I will say thank you. If you put number 4, we're going to exit from the program. In order to exit, this is the code that you will type: system.exit. Within brackets, you will give 0. 0 means we have terminated the program, or we have stopped the program, not because of any errors, but we have properly turning it off. Properly we are turning it off. That is why we give value 0 here, nothing else. This code, don't worry, I'm going to share with you now. So you can open the code, download the code. By looking at it, you can type, or you can copy paste and practice now, because if you are looking at this and type, one thing, it's going to take a lot of time. Number 2, you might make errors. I am not close by physically to help you. So I'm going to share the actual code with you. Only thing I'm expecting you to do is this code in converting miles to kilometers. You should do it alone by building another method and calling it here. You can see, children, here, show main menu, show main menu, show main menu. I have coded 2, 3 things. 1 second. Right? Show main menu. Okay, so in order to do this, right, same thing called in line number 22, line number 26, and line number 30. So what I will do is, I'm going to erase all of these things, because same code, you don't have to do it. We can do it a bit more efficiently. I'm going down here. After the switch statement finishes, I'm going to say show main menu. So whatever the option that you choose doesn't matter. Finally, we will be calling the show main menu. The other one is we can put a default option also, because, you know, if someone enters other than 1, 2, 3, 4, we can say it's an error message. We'll say invalid menu option, right? Invalid menu option. So they will be trying it once again. Now see, when I run the program, now see once, but when we run the program, let's assume I type number 25. So which is not a correct menu option. It will display the error message invalid menu option, and it displays the main menu again. So I can go to option like find in the area of a circle. Then again, I can go for the third option, convert miles to kilometers, because that part I haven't coded. So main menu is coming again. If I want to exit the program, I can type number 4. It will nicely exit the program. So it says thank you, and we go out. There is no other way you can terminate the program. So we have done it very properly, things, right? We have done them very properly, the things. So this is how we shall do it. Okay. So this is the thing which will be directly related for you to do the menu driven app or application in your final assignment. So if you can do this one alone, means that will be great, right? Okay, let me post the recording. Then I'll share the code from the Edmodo. You can practice after that, right? Okay. Okay, children, and we have come to the end of the class, and hope to see you in the next class. Have a nice day, and practice well. See you. Signing off. Bye.
See you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.